Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. I'm your host, Rita. That's Aaron. Today, what are we reviewing?
We are reviewing the Hoyo de Monterrey 150 Edicion De Cumpleanos.
Edicion De Cumpleanos. But it's Edicion.
Yes, Edicion. Edicion De Cumpleanos. I don't know how to pronounce that proper, but it is a Hoyo de Monterrey. And I'll say that I have a minor construction error issue in a few places here. And I don't know what these typically run. And we got them as part of a 4-pack that was $28 roughly. So that has them at least $7 a stick here.
So you need that.
Yeah,
so
not anymore. One thing I'll say about this, besides the fact that I have some tears in the construction, I don't know if you can actually see them. This is a very thick cigar. It is hard. It is very firm. There's almost no give anywhere in this whole thing. There we go. $7.99 a stick. So an $8 stick, and
they're completely box pressed too.
I wouldn't say it's box pressed, but it is box pressed. If you look, you can see that it is pressed.
Well, what about these?
That's fine.
They're right there,
yes,
box pressed.
Yes. I will say this: the band is very attractive on this. It's got hints of like blue, yellow, green, gold. Depending on how you look at it and how the light catches it. Just a very nice looking band.
So apparently, looking at the... Where is the box?
Give
me the box.
You also get some of the governors.
Yes, and this here, they're giving a governor when you buy
5 governors.
Yeah, so
governors are the original one that came to America.
And apparently, this is what we get the sample afterwards, is the governor,
yes.
one of these days, too. So...
I'll say this, that it's got a very strong odors off the wrapper. Kind of sweet chocolatey off the foot, but the wrapper itself is kind of a bold, semi-spicy coffee. But I actually like the smell off the foot and head the most. Now another thing is I pre-cut these cigars. And I've taken a brief draw on both, and they are a very, very firm draw to it so far, which kind of worries me. As heavily packed as this is, and how hard the draw is, I'm already kind of dreading the fact that this cigar could be an awful smoke. Even though I went and ran this through it a couple times, I'm still getting poor dry hits. Rita, would you review your cigar a bit instead of looking up the Macanudo Estate Reserve, which I'd like to try someday, but...
Well, you were talking, I figured I'm not needed in the video as I'm probably just the third
you should have been giving your thoughts.
So far I'm picking up just earth and hay in this one. Maybe some hints of...
You can smell the sweetness off the head.
Can you just be quiet? You're interrupting.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm also picking up some type of peppermint or spearmint on the head. Actually, it's more of a sweet apple. I can tell because I've drank enough apple hard ciders in my life to know that smell. So, yes, an apple flavor. And before some of you reviewers out there say, what the hell? Yes, apple flavored is what I'm picking up on it. So, I say time to...
and this is like a brick, seriously. we'll get into this. Apparently, they like to claim that they're the cigar that all Nicaraguan cigars are, you know, compared to. I haven't really smoked many Hoyo de Monterreys in the past. So it's
the other cigar I wanted to say is I'm looking for trying the 170th Anniversario Partagas. So
which is funny, they're not owned by the original companies, and they're going based off the original company's years.
That's because, you know. Right away, I'm picking up a lot of pepper. This is the start of a pepper bomb, I would say.
I can't say pepper yet, but it's definitely spicy.
Actually, it's more like a roasted nut bomb.
They also claim that this is the only cigar really to use a lot of Habano shade in the wrapper and filling. So I don't know if that's true. I kind of have smoked other Nicaraguans that claim to use Habano shade wrappers from Esteli. So this isn't like a first. But
sorry about the dog.
most of what I'm picking up is very, very, very heavy spice. Not so much pepper. The pepper's there, but it's more like part of a spice mix rather than being the predominant flavor.
And I do want to say, even though he said it's not true, these are box pressed.
They are, but if you look, it's not exactly crisp. It's very rounded. It's just semi-squished. That's it.
Well, mine's all squared.
Mm-hmm. But it's still got that roundishness to it. It's not perfectly square. Not like the Java Mint. That was a box, seriously.
I didn't like the Java Mint.
That it was like 90-degree angles. This one is kind of a very rounded edge to it. So it's almost not box pressed while being box pressed. It's one of the gentlest box presses I've seen. Again, like last night, I was talking about how with the Romeo Juliet that we were smoking, that it was slightly chewy at the end. And I'm kind of getting that feeling in this, too. No, it's lip smacking. I'm sitting there like... Yeah, it's like I'm trying to chew the smoke. I don't know how better to put that. It's just... it's pleasant. Well, we should get back to you in the middle third of this, in towards the halfway point. See you in a second.
Welcome back to part 2 of this cigar.
Nabby, stop. We're doing a video. Okay, so anyways, what I gotta say about this is the flavor's really kind of subsided quite a bit. It's still kind of got that spicy feeling to it, but it's much milder. The big thing that I say is that the draw has been not near good enough. I've been kind of having to puff hard on this, and I've opened it up and opened it up. I'm giving up on trying to open it up. Way too tight of a draw. It's enough so that it's kind of hurting my head. The smoke is very thick. It doesn't seem to fill the room, but it does burn the eyes. This really has not been a pleasure to smoke. On top of that, it's had some minor construction issues. Even with me puffing as hard as I have been and trying to keep it going, it keeps tunneling on me too. Hers is tunneled, mine is tunneled. There's been a lot of construction issues going on here. In fact, yours sounds like it's sizzling as you try to fix it. That's not right. So far, I'm not pleased with this cigar. For $7, though, that's not exactly a horrible price, but, well, I'll have to tell you more as this progresses. Rita?
Besides fixing this cigar, the flavors has stayed the same. It's just, in my opinion, I think the construction error is just a little different, but in my opinion, you know, you'll find what I think of it, but at the end, but right now it hasn't transitioned at all. It stayed the same, so there's no new.
Yeah, it's boring. It's making me yawn. It's kind of a spicy cedar. It's the closest I can say. Just season some cedar wood up and cook it in your oven and eat it for dinner. Okay, that might not work, but it's close to how this tastes.
Please look for the final.
Hey, I could always take one of those cedar bands that they put around a cigar or in a tube, and I can crumble it up and put it in a stew or something. Cedar flavored. Yeah, I'm kidding on that too. But somebody out there might actually try that, or try to do a cedar wrapper sushi. I like to cook, but even that's too bizarre for me.
So, shall we end it here and wait for the final third?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
We'll see you in a second.
Welcome back to the final third of this cigar. After it got a little bit fixed in, you know, the 37-second fix, it started to burn pretty good. Aaron?
Yeah, it's gotten better in the final third here. Actually, in the final half, it's gotten a lot better construction-wise. Flavors are still very kind of toasty spice. Pepper, I don't notice so much. What else can I say about it? It's still kind of got a slightly tight draw. Still seems like it wants to go out, but it doesn't. So, no wonky burns or anything like that right now. But primarily, I don't know. This is not a cigar I'd buy again. It's not a cigar I'd recommend. The price point isn't bad, but it's actually a little higher than I would have expected for a cigar of this quality.
I just wanted to say, Aaron, since you had this taken out, if you guys want to look at Cigar International, I paid $17.50 for 4 of them.
Yeah.
So for the price point and the 4-pack,
and they were $28 at our local shop. So, but the price point's usually $7 a stick, and just not something I'd buy for that. It's not appealing. It's very mild in the flavors itself. They don't change much. There's nothing you can really detect like clearly. There's like a slight chili pepper flavor to it, or chili powder perhaps.
And I said this once before, The cherry Dr. Pepper doesn't taste like cherry Dr. Pepper. It just tastes like Dr. Pepper.
This is just not a cigar to write home about. You know, but you know, I guess it's probably worth a try once in your life if you haven't tried it and you have it on your mind to try. But if you're somebody who just really wants to try something that you know is going to be good before you try it, then I wouldn't recommend it. You know.
The transition from the halfway to the last part is stayed consistent flavor-wise. I can't complain at all about that. I can say that, you know, it is a tight draw, but I would just say, if you find these single sticks, don't buy it. But if you find a 4-pack and you want to try it and it's a good price, then go for it, because it's, well, you know.
I mean, even though the burn's not nearly as good on the bottom shelf cigars at Holt's that are $18 for a bundle, that's roughly the price of 2 of these. So I'd rather have a bundle of 20 that tastes very similar and have better draw on them than have 2 of these that have a tight draw and taste like $1 cigar. I mean, the bottom shelves aren't even $1, but they are a semi-similar flavor, at least from my memory. I know one of those cheap cigars, it could be the smoking sandwiches or the boardwalks that have this kind of flavor, but I don't know. There's dollar sticks that are best, in my opinion, better than this, in my opinion. So, anyways, that's all I gotta say.
Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion,
and enjoy every puff.
puff.